Extend those arms towards the top of the mat. Slide the heart down. If your shoulders are really tight, then bend those elbows. And as you bend those elbows, you can cross those arms in front of you, and then you can rest that space between your eyebrows down on the stacked hands or even stacked fists. You always have options here. Take a full breath in through your nose this morning. And then exhale, sigh that breath out, letting it go. 2 more cleansing inhales, so drawing that breath in, expanding the low abdomen, and then exhale, open mouth, sigh, release, and let it all go. 1 more big giant breath in. As the abdomen expands, the body might lift slightly, and that's okay. As you exhale, decompress it all. And then if that last exhalation feels right, and you're ready to extend those arms towards the top of the mat, you absolutely can. But if you prefer to keep those elbows softly bent and maybe the hands crossed in front and resting your forehead on your hands, that's perfectly fine as well. Take your tongue, lick the lips, seal them to one another. As you seal the lips to one another, begin breathing in and out of your nose, creating that oceanic sound. Notice the length as you inhale, and the sound you're creating as you exhale. Continue this soft breath work, allowing the body to conform into the space that it resides in. Finding ease, finding peace, finding comfort. Take a quick scan from the tips of the fingers, down through the trunk, working your way down to the knees, and then your toes. Notice if you're clenching any portion of the face, whether it's the jaw, the teeth, the eyes, or if you're squeezing those arms or anything that's strenuous in this moment. And if it feels strenuous, give yourself that opportunity to take a breath in and cleansing breath out if you need it. And then return back to that oceanic breath, also known as our Ujjayi pranayama. If you'd like to massage the space between those eyebrows, go ahead and rock your head from temple to temple, so side to side. Continue that breath work seamlessly, allowing the abdomen to grow, allowing the lungs to get this infiltration of nutrition that you provided. And as you exhale, feel the softness of your chest and maybe even the more opening of your hips. Setting an intention for our practice this morning. Ask your why you rolled this mat out, why you're grateful. Maybe it's something different, but whatever it is for you, allow yourself to guide the love, the light within you in any direction that feels right. And as you take your next breath in, allow the abdomen to expand, feel the lungs growing. And as you exhale, sigh that breath out, letting it all go. As you take your next inhale, press the palms into the earth, lift your heart up a few inches, keep the hips towards the heels. And as you exhale, walk your hands towards that top left corner today. Stack that right palm on top of the left, rotate the right rib cage towards your left thigh. As you exhale, bow your head down. Maybe aligning the ears along the same plane as the biceps or dropping that crown down towards the ground. You can also release and rest that right temple down on the mat. And you can also slide your left hand to your left heel if you prefer. Take a full belly breath in here. Let that breath go. And if your hand happens to be to the back, extend it back towards that top left corner. Inhale, we rise up and walk our hands to center. Exhale, we'll walk our hands over towards that top right corner. Allow that left hand to rest on top of the right. Rotate the ribs towards that right side as you bow your chest down. And as you drop the crown, as you drop that forehead down on the ground. And if it doesn't reach today, no big deal. If it doesn't reach on this side, it's no worries. Just find where it feels comfortable for you. If you prefer to reach towards that right heel with the right hand, let yourself expand that hand towards the back. We're here one more inhale and that big exhale. Releasing the hand or extending it back towards that top right corner. Inhale, we lift the chest up and walk our hands back towards center. On our exhale, wiggle the hips and bow your chest down for that child's pose. On your next breath in, begin to lift and rise up, whether you slide your hands towards your body or you just allow yourself to stack. Work your way onto all fours or that tabletop position. Bring those knees in line with your hip points. Let your hips slide from right side to left side. Maybe even allow the hips to push over towards that right side and slide them towards that back right heel, and then return to center. And then you can exhale, push the hip over towards that left side and slide the hips towards that left heel. And then inhale, returning to center. So we return to center, tuck the toes under, send the weight of the body back as you stretch the bottom of your feet. Now you have a few options here. You can stay exactly as you are, maybe simulating cat-cows, even with those toes tucked and the hips towards the back. Or if you prefer, stretch the bottom of your feet and roll your toes out to the edges as you exhale. You can stay there, or you can inhale, roll back in. 2 more, decide what you want to do on that exhale. Inhale if you want to lift back up, and last time we'll exhale, roll our little toes out, sink the hips back. And then inhale, working the heels back towards midline, working the weight of the body forward. We'll lift and float our feet off the mat. Couple of circles with those ankles in each direction, and then pat the tops of the feet down on the mat. On your next inhale, just lift that left wrist up in a few circles with your left wrist in one direction and then the opposite. Place that palm back down, opposite hand comes off the mat in a few circles just for fluidity and mobility in our wrist. Plant that palm down. Tucking our toes under, 3 rounds of cat-cows. If your shoulders are up to your ears, slide the shoulders back. As you inhale, retract the shoulders down, goes the belly in, lifts the heart. Exhale, tops of your feet onto the mat, dome your spine, cat it up, chin goes close to the chest, but it doesn't have to connect. Inhale, cow pose, shoulders back, elbows slightly bent. Exhale, dome that spine, catting it up. 1 more round. Inhale for your cow pose. And then exhale as you cat it back up. And then inhale, neutralize the body. As we neutralize the body, bring those knees close to one another. Tucking your left toes under. Inhale, extend that right leg behind you. Slide or step their toes to the back end of the mat. Hug that right hip forward, and then you'll exhale, dome your spine. Take your chin or your gaze towards your right kneecap. A breath in and a breath out. Inhale, you start to look forward, slide the weight of the body towards midline, lift and float that right leg. As you lift and float that right leg, take your right hand, slide it closer to the middle for stability, extend that left arm forward. Point the right toes down and we'll exhale, pull the elbow and the knee in towards our heart. Modification, you can keep your palm down, otherwise inhale, long body. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, long body. Exhale, you'll curl it back in. And then inhale, extend for that final reach. Release that left palm down. Step your right foot to that left edge. Squeeze the thighs and exhale. Looking over your left shoulder, press that right hip towards that right edge of the room. Draw a breath in here, shoulders away from the ears. Let that breath go. And then inhale, look towards the top of your mat, sliding your foot directly behind you, hooking the left toes to the left edge. Keep that left palm down and inhale, reach that right arm up towards the sky. Look down if you prefer, or look forward or up towards your right thumb, and then extend the right fingertips towards the top end of your mat. Draw a breath in, let that breath go, and then inhale, the arm goes up, and you'll lift and float that right leg off the ground. Stay here or keep the foot down for modifying. Either curl the heel in towards the body or bring that knee in towards your chest. Reach back, grab the ankle. External rotation of your shoulder, flip the palm up, grab the big toe side. Regular rotation or internal rotation, grab the little toe side if you prefer. Draw a breath in, feel the ribs come together. Let that breath go. 1 more inhale and let that breath go. On your next breath in, release, extending the arm and the leg. And as you exhale, drop the blade of that right foot down, spin that right hand around, rotate the hips towards the front, and then lift that right leg up and a couple of circles with your right knee in one direction. And then the opposite direction. Release and lower the knees back down to the mat. Tops of your feet are on the earth. Slide the hips back. 3 roller coaster cat-cows. Inhale, slither the heart forward. Keep those elbows tucked in. Lift the chest up. Exhale, dome your spine. Send the hips towards the heels. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, catting it back up. Last round, inhale, lift the heart up as you retract the shoulders, and then exhale, protract your shoulders, send your hips back. And then inhale, you come back up into that tabletop position. As you return into your tabletop position, tuck the right toes under now. Extend that left leg behind you. As you extend that left leg behind you, step the weight of the body back or slide it back, drop those toes down, hug that left hip forward, and as you exhale, look underneath your frame. Looking at your left toes or that left knee, pressing the palms firmly into the earth. Draw a breath in here. Let that breath go. And then on your inhale, look forward, send the weight of the body towards midline, lift and float your leg off the ground. Extending that right hand forward. If you need to slide the left fingertips closer to center, go for it. If you need to leave your hand down, leave it down. Draw a breath in though. And then exhale, bring that knee in towards the body. Inhale, extend and reach nice and long. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, you'll grow nice and long. Last time, exhale, navel stays intact towards the spine. And then inhale, we reach long. On our exhale, that right palm goes down. Cross that left leg to the right side of the room, squeezing the thighs. Exhale, look over your shoulder. Press the left hip towards that left side. Take another breath here. Let that breath go. Now inhale, look towards the top end of your mat. Slide your left foot behind you. Hook your right toes to the right edge. Keep that right palm anchored. Stay strong through the right shoulder. Extend and lift that left arm up towards the sky. As you press the pinky side blade to the earth, extend and reach towards the top end of your mat with your left fingertips. Draw a breath in. Let that breath go. And then inhale, the arm goes up and you'll lift and float that left leg off the mat. If you want to keep it down, keep it down. Otherwise, curl the heel in towards the knee, reach back, grab the ankle. If you grab the ankle, you can externally rotate the shoulder or that internal rotation. So big toe, little toe, your choice. Breath in, breath out, kneecap away from the body, shoulders away from the ears. One more inhale. Let that breath go. And now inhale, release, extend the arm and the leg. Drop the blade of the foot down, spin your hand towards the mat in the back of the house. Rotate those hips to square yourself towards the ground. Lift and float this left leg in those big circles with your left knee in one direction. And then your opposite direction. Only when you're ready, return those knees down to the mat. And then you'll tuck those toes under as you flick those toes under. Lift the kneecaps off the earth and tilt the hips up as you work your way into our first downward facing dog. As you tilt those hips up for that downward facing dog, begin marching or paddling your feet out back and forth. Work the weight of the body back, send the hips up towards the sky. Let your head dangle nice and heavy. Maybe say yes with your head. Maybe say no with your head. A breath in through the nose, breath out of the nose. And now find stillness. As you find stillness here in your downward facing dog, hollow out those armpits as you iron or flatten out your back and let your head get a little heavier. On your next breath in, lifting those heels, bending those knees generously, press the heart or the abdomen onto the thighs. Keep those hips elevated. You're on the balls of your feet and those toes are into the earth. On your next breath in, look forward as the knees stay generously bent. You'll begin to walk those toes in between your thumbs or walk back if you prefer. Exhale as you come into that forward fold. Inhale, lift it up halfway. Exhale, release it all the way down. Separating the feet wider than hip width distance, bending those knees generously. Grab those elbows as you take ragdoll. Rock your body from the right side of the mat to the left side of the mat. And if you find that you want to keep both legs straight, keep both legs straight. If you prefer keeping both knees bent, that's an option as well. Maybe swing and sway those elbows, a little bit more fluid or a little bit more movement for yourself this morning. Take one more inhale. And then we'll exhale, find center, releasing the fingertips down to the mat, walking our feet back towards one another. Soft into the knees, we'll inhale, reverse and rise all the way up. Smile as you come up, arms reach up, palms kiss over your head, and then exhale, hands come into prayer and at your heart space. Draw a breath in, pull those shoulders up. Let that breath go. Drop those shoulders down. Inhale, circle sweep your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down, bringing the thumbs towards the back of the room. And then inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Lower the palms down to the mat. Step back with that right foot. Drop the right knee down to the ground. Top of that right foot on the earth. Slide the hands back. Inhale, lift the heart all the way up. Draw a breath in here. And then you'll exhale, pull your elbows down, expand through the heart, keeping the ribs engaged. Inhale, those arms reach up. Exhale, the hands come down. They'll frame this left foot. Curling your right toes, lifting your right knee, planting that right hand down. Inhale, slide your left hand back and then up. Rotate or create space as you send the shoulders in line with one another. One more inhale here. And then exhale, release your hand down. Take your time as you slide or step this left foot back into your downward facing dog or that inverted V. Draw a breath in. Let that breath go. On your next inhale, lift the heels, roll the vertebrae forward so that your shoulders are here over the wrists. Release those knees down to the mat. Tuck those elbows in, bend them slightly, looking forward to the top of your mat. You'll exhale, use your core control and your bicep control as you lower your frame down. Slide your fingertips beyond the edges of your mat, so to your carpet, wood floor, concrete floor, whatever it may be. If your back is tender, take your legs out a little wider. If your back is cool today, then let your thighs come close to one another, your choice. As you press either the fingertips into the ground or the palms into the ground, inhale, you'll lift the heart up. You have to squeeze and roll the shoulders away from the ears. You'll exhale, release the heart back down. Inhale, will rise up. Little to no weight where you press into the fingers so you're not collapsing into your fingers. Drop that right shoulder down, look to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release that left shoulder down, look to the right. Inhale, coming back to center. You'll exhale, lower your heart back down. Releasing the hands from the ground, maybe give your fingers, your wrist a little bit of love. Then plant those palms close to your breastbone. If the elbows are out to the left and to the right, pull them back in. They should be in line north to south. Whether you come into plank on or off those knees, it's 100% your choice, but we are working our way back into that downward facing dog. So elbows in, shoulders back, toes tuck under, plank on those knees to plank off the knees to exhale, downward facing dog. March or paddle the feet out as you bend that right knee. You'll straighten that left one back and forth. Draw a full breath in. Let that breath go. On our next inhale, extend and lift that right leg up towards the sky. Bending your right knee, stacking that right hip over towards the left side. Naturally, what happens is you want to start to spin and send the blade of this left foot over towards that left edge. But instead, I want you to press your heart back, tilt the hips up as you scissor that leg open. And then inhale, extending this right leg to the back, tracing a few circles in one direction, and then tracing those circles in the opposite direction. And then inhale, returning back into that three-legged dog extension. On an exhale, take the knee, bring it in towards your heart and look forward. Plant that foot in between your thumbs. Use your hand on the calf if you need to slide that right foot forward. Releasing the fingertips down to the ground. Drop that left knee to the earth. Top of the left foot on the mat. Inhale, rise up for your low lunge. Exhale, elbows pull down, heart is expanding. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands frame that front foot. Curl the left toes, lift that left knee, send the weight of the body back. Keep the left fingertips down, send that right arm back. Inhale, lift it all the way up towards the sky. Align shoulder to shoulder by wringing the body out just a little bit more. One more inhale here. And then exhale, fan the hand back down, plant it to the earth. Allow yourself to slide this right foot back as you come into downward facing dog. From that downward facing dog, inhale, the heels lift up. This time, bend your knees. Press your heart once more towards your thighs, looking at the kneecap so you're not looking forward just yet. On your next breath in, keep those knees generously bent. Look forward. Either walk or step your feet in between your thumbs as you exhale for a forward fold. Inhale, you'll rise up halfway. Exhale, you'll melt it all the way back down. Separating the feet wider than hip width distance. Taking your peace fingers, wrapping them around your big toes. Taking the thumb, pressing it into the big toenail. Drawing the elbows out to the left and to the right. Let the head droop. No creases, the back of the neck as you slowly begin to straighten those legs or Side bend from right side to left side, your choice. Big inhalation through your nose. Big exhalation out of the nose. Work your way back to center. Lift the big toes off the ground, slide your peace fingers out from wrapping, and then walk your feet back towards one another. On your next inhale, reverse and rise all the way up. Circle sweep those arms to the sides, up to the sky. Full breath in, and then exhale, elbows pull down. Keep the ribs again together. Inhale, those arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Lowering the palms down to the ground, step back with that left foot. As you step back with that left foot, keep that left hand on the mat, and then inhale, that right arm reaches up. As that right arm reaches up, you can modify here by dropping the knee down if you'd like. So left knee can go down. I am going to ask you to use a little bit of core strength. So draw a breath in. And then if you'd like, you'll exhale, release this right hand to your right hip. Look down to your right fingers. Tense your peace fingers on the ground. Once you've done that, now inhale, start to rise. Both arms reach up for high crescent lunge. As you come into that high crescent lunge, we're taking 3 flowing low crescent lunges. So breathe in and then exhale, pull the knee down, elbow heads down. If you're on your knees, just stay on your knees. Arms up as you inhale. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, we lift up. Strength here. Exhale, we drop down. Inhale, those arms reach up. And now exhale, hands come down. They'll frame that front foot. As we frame our front foot, we'll walk the hands forward about a foot and lift this back leg off the earth. As your left leg floats off the earth, exhale, bow your head down. A soft bend if necessary in this right leg. And if you don't need that soft bend, pull the femur into the hip socket. Keep those hips in line. Draw a breath in here. Exhale, melt down a little bit more. Flexing your left toes if you can, magnetizing that left thigh up. One last inhalation. And then exhale, last exhalation. Inhale, we rise up halfway. Step that left foot forward as you exhale into a forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, melt it all the way back down. Inhale, reverse and rising all the way up. Fan those arms out to the sides, up to the sky. Exhale, head to the elbows, pull down. Inhale, our arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. As you fold forward, step back with that right foot. As you step back with that right foot, draw a breath in. Let that breath go. Plant the palms down. Taking your left foot back, tilt your hips up as you come into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, inhale, lift the heels, bend those knees generously, press the heart towards the thighs, hollow out the armpits. So if you're pressing out through the elbows, allow yourself to keep a soft bend, but hollow the armpits out. Now inhale, looking forward, roll your body into plank as you straighten those legs. Stay strong through your core, shoulders are a hair over the wrist, drop to the knees if you'd like. And as you exhale, elbows brush the side of your ribs, lowering all the way down. Inhale, a little baby cobra. So the elbows don't splay out, they stay in. Head shift back, heart lifts up. It can be a tiny bit or a great amount. One more breath in as we float the fingertips off the mat. We're still hugging the elbows in. And then we'll exhale, release it all the way down. Tuck those toes under if you'd like. Pull those elbows in. Feel the strength through your core. Maybe you slide one hand underneath so you can find that strength. And then off of those knees or on those knees to plank pose, tilting up as you exhale into downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Let that breath go. Take a breath in and let that breath go. On your next inhale, extend and lift that left leg up towards the sky, bending the knee and stacking hip over hip. Again, press your heart towards your thigh. Keep scissoring the leg open as it stacks, but sending your gaze towards your right toes. Now extend and straighten that left leg and a couple of circles to that left side forward with this left knee and then the opposite direction. On an inhale, extend for three-legged dog. And as you exhale, pull the knee into your chest, lift the right heel nice and high, look forward, step the foot in between the thumbs, use your left hand if you need to allow the foot to come forward versus forcing the hip to rotate unnecessary movement. All on your breath in time. Go ahead and leave your right fingertips down or the right palm. Inhale, extend and lift that left arm up towards the sky. The shoulders drift away from the ears. We're drawing a breath in here. And then you have the option once more, you can release the knee down or you can stay off that knee. I'm going to do the modification on this side. As we exhale, we'll go ahead and release this left hand down to our hip, look down to the ground or to that right hand, and we'll inhale, look forward, lifting both arms up. If you're on your knee, you can stay here. If you want to come off the knee, tuck the toes, lift the knee. You're ready? 3 little rounds. Here we go. Exhale, bend that back knee. Your elbow heads go down. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Last time, exhale. And then inhale, we'll extend and lift up. And as we exhale, the hands release. They frame that front foot. As they frame that front foot, look forward. Let that breath go. Then inhale, walk your hands a foot forward, lift and float that right leg off the ground as you softly bend this left knee. Fold the heart. Looking at your kneecap, looking at your right foot, draw a breath in. Let that breath go. One more inhale and letting that breath go. On our next breath in, press your fingertips into the earth, lift the heart up halfway, step this right foot to meet the left foot as you exhale for a forward fold. In that forward fold, inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, release it all the way down. Big toes kiss. Heels are about 3, maybe finger widths distance apart. Bend those knees, drop it low. Your heart can stay on those thighs. Take a breath in. Let that breath go. Inhale, rise up for chair. As you rise up for chair, big inhalation. Imagine yourself pressing through the edges of those thighs. Take one more inhale here. Palms come together. Exhale, sink. Maybe you visualize sinking. Maybe you actually do sink. Send the weight of the body towards the heels. Look down, peek at those toes. Are you seeing your knees over the toes? If the answer is yes, can you just slide back just a tiny bit? Even if you still can't see them, just try. Trust yourself. A breath in. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Inhale, reverse and rise. Sweep those arms up. Exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down. Inhale, those arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the palms down to the mat. Either step back, right foot, left foot, or hop back into your plank pose, known as or half tricep plank, which is chaturanga. On or off those knees. Reach forward, elbows in. Lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, lift up for cobra. Tops of the palms or palms are into the ground. Tops of your feet stay rooted. Knees are on the mat as well. A breath in, a breath out. When you're ready, tuck the belly up, tuck those toes under, plank off the knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Go ahead and release the knees down to the mat. Big toes kiss. Send the hips back as you take child's pose. Draw a breath in. Let that breath go. Take another full inhale here. And let that breath go. Final inhalation. And a big open mouth sigh. All on your time, palms press into the earth. We lift the heart up. We return into our tabletop position, tucking our toes, plank pose to exhale, downward facing dog. Draw a breath in, let that breath go. On our next inhale, that right leg goes up towards the sky, bending the knees, stacking hip over hip. If you're flipping the dog or taking walking, today I'm gonna offer flip dog. Go ahead and begin to bend if you need to. If you don't, no big deal. But modification is bend this left knee, spin the left blade to the right side. That allows that right foot to come to the left side. Both knees are bent. If your hips need to lower down, let them lower down. Align your shoulder with that wrist and then inhale, you can lift. You might be looking over towards that right side. You might be looking up towards the sky. You might even have your hips down on the mat, and that's fine. Draw a breath in regardless of where you're at. And as you exhale, rotate and spin back around. Even if you're on your glutes, you can still rotate and return back into that three-legged dog. On your exhale, take that right knee, kiss your right elbow or somewhere in that vicinity. Inhale, find your strength and length as you extend the leg. Exhale, take it over towards the left side. Inhale, once more, long extension. And now exhale, pull the knee in towards the chest. What I'm asking you not to do here is force the hip around. So instead, if you need to, drop your toes wherever they are comfortable. Take that right hand, slide that right foot forward. And then from there, inhale, extend and lift that right arm up towards the sky. As that right arm comes up towards the sky, if you need to modify, release your left knee down. Otherwise, can you float the peace fingers off the ground, looking towards that right side? A breath in and a breath out. On that exhale, bring that left right hand to your hip, looking towards the front. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Align the body in that high crescent lunge. 3 floating down to the knee or just stay on the knee. Exhale down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift up. Last one. And inhale, we rise up. When you're ready, hands to the hips. Spin that back blade. Set up for warrior 2. Line the right heel to the arch of that left foot. Extend those arms forward. If you happen to be double jointed like I am, just a soft bend of the elbow is only what you need. Sometimes I over-exaggerated, so I try to find that strength. Draw a breath in. Let that breath go. Back hand down. Flip that front palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Try your best not to straighten the leg here. Keep that deep bend and extend the palm back. Relax the shoulder away from the ear. You're beautiful, you're graceful, stay as you are. Breath in, and then exhale, extended side angle. Light to little to no weight on this right thigh. Extend and lift that left arm up. Press with the pinky side blade of your left foot. Extend the fingertips up, not beyond, but just up. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, reverse that warrior. Straighten the front leg now. Exhale, triangle pose. Looking towards your left side, extend the arms. Now look towards the fingertips or peace fingers on your right hand. Reach forward. Looking slightly over towards your right. Extend for that full triangle expression. Bring the right rib cage around. As that right rib cage comes around, it allows the left hip to align and extend the arm up towards the sky. Draw a breath in here. Let that breath go. And then inhale, reverse the warrior. Bend your front knee, trace that right thumb back. Exhale, we'll cartwheel the hands to frame that right foot. Looking forward, draw a breath in. Let that breath go. Inhale, walk your hands a foot forward. Take your standing split. As you take this standing split, I am going to ask you to challenge yourself. And if it's not a day to challenge yourself, I'm going to ask you to honor and respect that as well. Exhale, bow it down. One more inhale here. And that exhale here. As you take your next breath in, you'll begin to rise up halfway. As you rise up halfway, this is where you might want to get one of the blocks so that you can have that length. As you have this length, so I'm going to bring it in front. As you have this length, you might want it on the big bear side. You'll look towards the top, and as you look towards the top, you'll slowly begin to pull this left knee in towards your belly. Bend the right knee a little bit, and then lift up. As you lift up, you're balancing on your right leg. You got it. As you balance on that right leg, now can you extend your left leg forward? If you need something to support you where you're not leaning back, use your wall, use the edge of your couch. You can stand right here and extend that leg up so that you have strength. You can scoop the hands underneath the hamstring to give you that ability to lift. But if your shoulders are here, drop those shoulders down, or maybe you're here. You can also use that block so that you can rest your heel on it and find your strength. There's no incorrect place unless it hurts. Draw a breath in. Let that breath go. You got it. Feel the core. One more inhale. Let that breath go. Wherever you are, release. Step that foot forward or down to the ground to meet that right one. Inhale, circle sweep those arms. Palms will kiss, hands will come into prayer at your heart space. Wiggle, shake, shimmy, give this right hip a little bit of love. And as you give that right hip a little bit of love, you're back at the top of the mat. Inhale, circle sweep those arms up. Exhale, heads of your elbows pull down. Inhale, those arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Palms down to the ground. Either step back left foot, right foot, or hop back into your plank chaturanga pose. If you're in that plank pose, on or off your knees, or skip it all together. If you're like, I need a little break, just come into downward facing dog or go into child's pose. We are meeting in child's pose. So when you're ready, lowering halfway or all the way. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, always your choice. And then exhale, downward facing dog. And then we'll release those knees down to the earth, bringing our toes together as we slide the hips towards the back end of the room. Draw a breath in where you're at. Let that breath go. 2 more, big inhale. Open up side, let it go. Let yourself feel that breath entering and let yourself sigh it out. Doesn't matter if you're the only one that can hear it or you've got somebody there in your household that can hear it. Maybe it's a pet, just let it go. Only when you're ready. If you need a little longer here, stay longer. Otherwise, invite yourself to rise up into tabletop. As we work our way into that tabletop, tucking the toes, lifting those knees, plank, tilt the hips up, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, smile if you're not smiling. Let that breath go. On your next inhale, that left leg goes up. Bending the knees, stacking hip over hip. Again, if you're flipping the dog, go ahead and make your way over it. If you're modifying like I am, lift that right heel, bend that right knee, shoulder slides over the wrist. Work the blade of your left foot, right foot, and step that left foot. You can stay down, you can stay up, whatever feels right. One more breath in, and then exhale, we'll rotate back around. As we rotate back around, inhale, that left leg goes up. As we exhale, either keep it up or take that left knee, tap that left elbow. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, take it to the right elbow. Inhale, take it up. And then exhale, knee into your chest. As the knee comes into the chest, look forward. Remember, instead of forcing it, guide it. Grab the calf, step it forward. Find your anchoring. Release the fingers back down towards the ground. Only when you're ready, plant the right hand down or the right fingertips. Inhale, left arm goes up. Create space for your body to rotate open. Your challenge here is floating the peace fingers off the ground. Modification, knee goes to the mat. Modification, you don't do the twist. Whenever you're ready, maybe you're here. And then exhale, bringing your left hand to your left hip. Exhale, look down to the ground, align the hips, start to rotate as you look forward. Inhale, high crescent lunge. From high crescent lunge, draw a breath in. And then exhale, soft bend or no bend. Arms up, exhale. Inhale, lift. Last time, you got this. Inhale, we lift up. When you're ready, exhale, hands to the hips. Spin that back foot so that you allow it to come perpendicular to the mat to align for your warrior two, or maybe you can transition into that cartwheel opened up arm. Draw an inhale here. Extend those arms if they're not already extended. Let that breath go. Drop that back hand down. Flipping your left palm. Inhale, reverse it. Breath in, breath out. Another breath in. And that breath out. Enjoy this last inhale here. And then exhale, extended side angle. Forearm on the thigh. Lift and extend that right arm up. Rotate the left rib cage around. Try not to collapse this left knee over towards that center place. Instead, keep it in line with the hip. One more inhale. Letting that breath go. On your next breath in, reversing that warrior. Straighten your front leg now. Prep for triangle pose. Arms are parallel. Looking over to your right side if you need to. Then looking to the left fingertips. Back to that left, right side. Tick-tock those arms. Looking anywhere to your right thumb. Down to that left thumb. A breath in. A breath out. One more. And then on your next inhale, reverse. Rebending that front knee. Tracing the fingertips back. Exhale, cartwheel those hands, frame that front foot. This is where you want that block. So if you need a slither slide to grab it, slither slide, whatever height you'd like. The baby bear, the mama bear, or the big papa bear, your choice. Looking forward. As you look forward, hands can come onto that block as you drag and lift for your standing split. If you're happy right there, stay right here. As you exhale, you can fold down. You're only here for one more inhalation. And that exhalation. Return the fingertips to your block. As the fingertips come to the block, inhale, lift up a little higher. Halfway lift, soft bend of your left knee. Now you know where we're going with this. You're going to gently, as you exhale, tuck the right knee into the chest. Start to use your core strength as you lift up. Once you lift up, that block is in front of you. You got it. You guys look beautiful. Beautiful. Now, if you're ready to extend the leg out, if you need to release the heel to the ground or release the heel to your block, or maybe you've got your coffee table there, you can use that. If you need to back up, Use the wall. It's your friend. Lift that leg up. Scoop the hands underneath the right leg. Breath in. Stay strong through the hip flexor on this left side. Breath out. Hands can be anywhere. Mine just feel right out to the side. Yours might feel better here or wrapped underneath that hamstring. Last inhale. Great job. Nice balance. And then we'll exhale, release. When you're ready, step that right foot to meet the left. Inhale, circle, sweep those arms up. Palms together, hands at prayer and at our heart space. Give the legs a little bit of love. Release the hands down. Move anything that might be in your way. And if nothing's in your way, no worries. Make your way back to the top of the mat if you had to move. And then inhale, soft bend of the knees. Arms reach up vibrantly. Exhale, pull the heads of your elbows down. Inhale, those arms reach up. And then exhale, forward fold. Stepping back, right foot, left foot, tilt the hips up, downward facing dog. This is our last time we're taking that transition into plank pose. So when you're ready, lift the heels, roll the vertebrae forward, plank pose. If you do not want to do it, drop your knees down, go into child's pose. Otherwise, exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale, back into downward facing dog. To our child's pose, knees to the earth, big toes together, hips slide back. If you want to bend those elbows, let your head rest again on the hands, you can. Let it all go here. I don't know about you guys, maybe it's the combination of movement and talking at the same time and the sun glistening on my body this morning in this space. But it's pretty warm for me. So if you're a little warm, know that that's completely normal. Working through this breath, this vibrancy, this life force that we have. It's our gift to ourselves this morning. One more inhale and that exhale. On your time, return back into your tabletop. And from that tabletop, the knees come together, the hips fall to the right or to the left as you swing or sweep your legs towards the front. As we come towards the front, we are taking just a little bit of boat action. That's how we continue to build our strength. So if you want to skip it, just work your way onto your back without having to worry about boat pose. But boat pose can be a low boat. It can be whatever you need. So you dictate the size of your boat. On an inhale, low boat. Your feet can be floating. I'm modifying. Exhale, high boat. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, high boat. Last one. You got it. Last one. And exhale, high boat. Hands wrap around the hamstrings. And now you'll slide on the back. As you roll your body on the ground and on your back, keep those knees tucked into your chest. Let your head rest on the mat. Bring those knees side to side. Beautiful job, everyone. Give yourself some love, some grace for showing up this morning, for being here, representing for yourself. When you're ready to release, release. Lowering the sole of the left foot, the right leg goes up and we'll cross that right ankle to the left quad, flexing our right foot. That's the only thing that I ask you to do in this position. If you want to thread the needle and take that complete figure four, lift that left foot off the ground, thread the needle. You can wrap your hand below the kneecap or you can wrap your hand around your hammy. Always your choice. Feel your tailbone slipping out and slipping down as you allow the weight or gravity to do the work for you. If you feel like you're squeezing your shoulders up towards your ears or your head's off the mat, back off a little bit. Maybe lower the sole of your foot down or even lower the sole of the foot down on a block if that feels more comfortable, if you've got it there. So it could look very different from mine, very different from your neighbors, but make it work for you. Don't work against yourself. That's probably the hardest thing for us to do as we are goal-oriented and ego-driven at times. And I'm very, very guilty of that. So I speak from complete experience. When you're ready to release,
You'll release, and as you release in that right leg up, release that right leg down, and then inhale, that left leg goes up. You'll cross that left ankle over now. If you need any windshield wiper before you get here, go for it. When you're ready, thread that needle. Again, your figure four can look very different. You might not even want to use the binding. So you're using your coffee table, the wall, a block like I am. You might even want to hold on to that left foot. Whatever feels right for you. The broken record in me, whatever feels right for you, but I truly mean it. Only you know how you feel, and only you know when enough is enough. Or when you're taking it easy, and perhaps you need it. So no harsh words about yourself, only love, only kindness. We've got another full inhale here. And then you'll release. Letting go of that bind, inhale, both legs go up towards the sky. If you have that block again and you want it supported, drop the soles of the feet down, tilt the hips up, slide that block, first level. Always start with your first level. I know some of you have really opened up spine, and if that's the case, then you dictate that for you. But I always find starting on that first level is best for me, or even anchoring my heels into the wall, or letting the back of my legs come onto my coffee table or my couch or a chair. If you do decide that you need a little bit more, just lower the soles of the feet down. Bring that block to the mama level. Your chin is away from the chest. The shoulders are away from the ears. If you've already moved forward and gone somewhere I haven't offered, own it, do it. You know what your body wants. If you don't have the hips elevated, it's not a big deal. You're allowing the hips to release and ground down. Just 2 more inhales of whatever you're doing, being, working, meditating, just a breathing being here. Last breath in. And that open mouth sigh to let go. Begin to lower your legs, soles of the feet perfectly down to the ground. Lift the hips up if you have that block or your books underneath, or if it's pillows, release your pillows. As you let the back come down, slide your feet out so that your feet look more like a mountain versus 2 number 11s. And then you can windshield wiper or stay still as you decompress the low spine. We are taking a little bridge pose. So when you're ready, setting back up, the heels come close to the glutes, not touching, but just close, knees in line with the heels, arms extended towards the back of your legs, pressing the palms into the earth, pressing the 4 corners of your feet into the mat, and then you'll inhale, lift the hips up. If you need a little bit more, use your hands to lift those glutes. So now you've shrugged the shoulders inward and the palms can release, or you can interlace them. There's still space for the chest and the chin. We're only here 1 more breath. And then we'll exhale, sliding out, releasing our back down. Stillness or windshield wiper. Coming back into that second bridge. This time I'm going to offer it as a modification where you stay in that bridge. So if you have that block, use that block. When you're ready, as you inhale, lift up for your bridge. You may want to slide that block underneath, where you just stay right here. Your shoulders can pull away from the ears. If you're using your core strength and your glute strength, then stay up. If you're using that block to support you and you want a little bit more of a bend, you can use the extension of the legs towards the top of the mat. Just make sure that this block is supporting your sacrum, that you feel supported, that you're not wobbly. You're not forcing anything. And if you find you need to bend those knees a little bit, bend those knees a little bit or bend them a lot. Taking another full breath in. If you're up, when you exhale, release down. And if you want to slide that block out once more, bring that block down. Knees kiss, windshield wiper those legs side to side. Coming back to center. We'll set up for one more bridge. Take a breath in. Press the palms, press the feet into the mat. Inhale, lift the hips up. Take a full belly breath in. If you feel like doing a little bit of work, lift right leg up. If you're ready to come down, come down. If you need a little bit more, keep that right leg up. And then exhale, the right leg goes down, but you keep the hips elevated. Last part of the work. Inhale, left leg up. One more breath here. Bending the knee, exhale. Left foot down, hands release. One more breath. And then exhale, we can release down. If you're still up and you're enjoying it, stay as you are. Otherwise, come down when you're ready. Let those knees windshield wiper right side to left side. And then we'll come back to stillness as we find that stillness and the back feels good. Tuck that right knee in towards your chest. Extend that left leg long. Maybe let the heel anchor into the earth, flexing the toes. Switching it out. Right leg goes long, left knee comes in. Anchoring or hovering that right heel. And then exhale, bring that right knee in towards your body. Happy baby as you grab the blades of the feet and the knees come towards those armpits. And we rock right side to left side. Playing in this happy baby position, you can straighten those legs. You can even grab around the hamstrings for happy baby. It does not have to be the blades of your feet. Meet yourself where you're at. Meet your body where it's at today. All in your breath and time, we'll release. Bringing those knees either towards our heart at a 90-degree angle, taking our arms out to the sides like a letter T. Breath in. And as we exhale, release the knees to the right side of the room. Bring that left arm with you and then trace a giant halo over your head until you feel that left shoulder anchor down. Breath in through your nose. And a breath out of your nose. Tune into the sound of your ocean breath. Let the gaze go anywhere from right to left. One more breath here. Letting it go. Neutralize the neck as you return the gaze to the ceiling or to your sky, and inhale, those knees come back to center. And we'll exhale, release the knees over towards the left side, repeating. Halo if you'd like it or not. Another inhale. And that exhale. Returning the gaze into that neutral position with the neck. Inhale, knees come back to center. As the knees return to center, bring the knees in towards the body. Lift your head off the earth. Give yourself a nice hug, regardless of where you're holding. And then inhale, releasing, letting the back come to the mat. As you exhale, extend those legs to the corners of your mat as your arms rest to your side for our final resting place of Shavasana. And if you happen to have that block and you want to use it to support the legs so the knees are bent, or maybe you want to come into butterfly here, the options are endless. You are the creator, so find that creativity for your final resting pose. We'll all draw a breath in together, and we'll sigh that breath out together. Enjoy these moments of peace, of rest, of nourishment for our mind, for your body, and for our souls. Allow ourselves to fuse and become one. And bringing awareness to your space, to your physical presence. Begin by taking a full breath in through your nose. Open mouth, sigh, release that breath. Invite that gentle movement back into your body as you wiggle your fingers, your toes, your wrists, and your ankles. Awakening the neck and the spine as we move our head from right side to left side a couple of times until you're ready to neutralize that spine. As you take this next inhale, extend your arms nice and long over your head. Bring those thighs and those toes together for a morning stretch, either arching and or yawning if you'd like. And as you exhale, sigh that breath out, return your back to the mat if you've arched the spine, and then slowly begin to tuck the knees in towards your heart for one more hug. Extending that right arm behind you. You'll exhale, roll over to that right side. Let your head rest on your right bicep. Bring that left hand in front of your belly, and with your eyes closed today, guide yourself into a seated position, facing anywhere you'd like. As you arrive in this comfortable and our final seated position, let those palms either allow themselves to face down or even on our thighs down as we ground and as we absorb this energy that we've created today, or palms up if you want to explore and share your energetic intentions with others or for yourself. And then if you'd like, hands always are welcome at prayer and at heart space. Let's all draw a breath in as we close those eyes or keep them closed. And we'll sigh that breath out, releasing and bowing to each other. The divine in me salutes and honors the divine love and light in each of you beautiful humans. Thank you for being a part of my day and one another's day. It's truly been an honor. From my heart to yours, namaste.